Hi aunties, so here's the last part of the hula. Hopefully you've all been practicing and have everything down, and the last verse is fairly simple. So without further ado, I'll start breaking it down for you. First, before I start the fourth verse, I want to make a correction to the third verse. The notes that mom had were different than what was on the Hoike video. So on the third verse, you get that hula notion when you kaholo right. I said that both arms point out to the right, where it's just your right arm is out to the right and your left arm is at your chest. Everything else is fine other than that. Okay? Okay, starting with the fourth verse, we start with a maiden fair to see. You're going to do a kaholo right, and during this kaholo right, you're doing the kino motion, where your hands start at the top and they create a wave down your body to create the maiden or woman form, I guess. And then on your kaholo left, you are going to do a left ike motion, where your left arm is out towards the left side and your right hand is up by your eye and you're looking to the left. And then she lives at Waikiki. You're going to do a turning kaholo, starting by turning to the left and stepping out with your right foot. While you do this, your left hand is going to be up, pointed towards the ceiling, and your right hand is going to be out, and as you move forward or move to the right, your right hand will sweep across. And then you do the same thing with the kaholo to the left, stepping out with your left foot. Your right hand is up in the air towards the ceiling, and your left hand is pointed to the right and sweeps across when you move back. Then, just like the rippling tide, you're doing the kobelu glide. You're going to do two of those. If you remember from the second verse, the kobelu glide is where you step forward with your right, and then you step towards the back with the same foot, and then that's two of those. And during this motion, you're doing like the rippling tide, so an ocean motion. So, just like the rippling tide. And then you're going to go back towards the left, and you're going to do 3 kobelu glides while placing your hands in the same hula glide motion, where your left hand follows your left foot and your right hand is pointed towards the ceiling. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then after the fourth verse, at this point in the song, the version that we have by the brothers Cazimero, they roll into the first verse again. So right after you're done with those 3 kobelu glides to the left, you have to pick up from the first verse again. So go back to that first video, refresh yourself on the first verse if you still don't have it down, and then it's the same exact thing. Then after that first verse, it goes into a vamp again, and you're just going to do the first vamp that we did. That's where your arms go out and then in. And then after that vamp, it goes back into the fourth verse again. So the first and fourth verses are the ones that you really need to know well. And then the only difference is at the end of the song, so the last part of the fourth verse, instead of doing 3 kobelus to the left, like we just went over, you're actually going to do 4 just because the song draws out for a longer period of time. And I don't know how you guys are going to finish the song. That's just something that you guys can figure out when you're all together. So now I will walk you through the fourth verse, going into the first verse, the first vamp, and then going into the fourth verse again. Maiden fair to see. She lives at Waikiki, just like the rippling tide. She does the hula glide. Down in Honolulu, beside the sea, a naughty strain keeps haunting me. Just the dreamy hula, that sweet refrain that makes me quiver, shiver and shake, and then do it again. First vamp, and then into the fourth verse. And then 4 Kugala glides this time, because the song is longer, and then you're done. Alright, so I walked through the fourth verse, and the first, and the fourth again, and now I will do the entire song and just show you how it flows, and I'll also do it with the correction that I mentioned before in that third verse. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Down in Honolulu, beside the sea, a northeast train keeps haunting me. Just a dreamy hula, that sweet refrain that makes me quiver, shiver and shake, and then you do it again. Whoa! The lonely hula glide, the sneaky, sleeky slide, they dance night and day to drive the blues away. Hey! If on a moonlight night you get the hula notion, just hold your feet down tight and quiver like the ocean. I made it fair to see chillers at Waikiki, just like the rippling tide. She does the hula glide down in Honolulu, beside the sea. A northeast train keeps haunting me. Just a dreamy hula, that sweet refrain that makes me quiver, a shiver and shake, and then you do it again. Whoa! I made it there to see. She lives in Waikiki, just like the rippling tide. She does the hula glide.
Okay, aunties, that's the entire hula, so hopefully it's easy enough to break down for you guys and you can all follow the videos. Best of luck practicing.